Today I'm talking about Ttoo Biosystems now. Ticker TTOO, 27 cents here. At the time of this video, it's down around 7% today. After hours up around 0.7%. Again, numerous videos here that I've made now on Ttoo Biosystems. And to be fully transparent, you guys know I am bullish on this stock, and you know I have a position on the stock. If you're new to the channel, you can go ahead and check out previous videos on Ttoo. I've kind of kept my same stance on this stock throughout the entire time in regards to my bullish outlook, and also just kind of in regards to the long-term, I guess you could say, outlook that I have on Ttoo Biosystems. But you can see here 27 cents at the time of this video. But let's get into a couple of things. So one very interesting thing to note is that Ttoo did reschedule the annual meeting to September 15th. So this was originally supposed to be yesterday, or actually I think it was supposed to be yes, it was supposed to be yesterday. There was no annual meeting, and I actually didn't know that there was going to be no annual meeting. I was looking to see how to join, and then there wasn't anything. I was kind of curious as to what happened, and then I found out they rescheduled it to September 15th. So you can see here, the meeting was scheduled to change the voting standard of Proposal 1 or the reverse stock split proposal in order to comply with the recent amendments to the Delaware General Corporation Law. There's some things going on with that, but I mean, I don't want to get into it specifically, but very interesting here as to why they canceled the shareholder meeting. Now, it's all speculation at this point, but I do think there may be some good news on the horizon, specifically with Ttoo and possibly the FDA, only because it would make sense for them if they knew some good news was on the way, that they would push maybe back this shareholder meeting, because some things can change. And obviously, if there was an FDA clearance announcement, we could see the price naturally or organically essentially go back above $1, which therefore would create no longer have a need for the reverse split here. So let's just get into this as well. So today specifically, September 13th, is World Sepsis Day. We talked about this in previous couple videos. Here's an actual, I guess this, I don't know where this was supposed to be, StockTwits or Facebook. This is John Spurzl, Chairman and CEO of Ttoo. September 13th is World Sepsis Day. We are facing global sepsis crisis right now. Sepsis kills 11 million people worldwide each year, including 350,000 in the U.S. The CDC has taken action by introducing the Hospital Sepsis Program core elements to help hospitals implement, monitor, and optimize sepsis programs and improve survival rates. Right. So, Sepsis Day, World Sepsis Day is today. Right. We talked about there being some possible good news that is going to just kind of coincide with the World Sepsis Day. Obviously, we didn't get any news today, but I had talked about how this was a big week. We still have 2 more days in the trading week, Thursday and Friday of this week, where I think a lot of things can happen. Obviously, the shareholders meeting was moved to Friday, so tomorrow could possibly be a pretty interesting day, which brings me to my next tweet here. So again, shout out to TaylorTrader923 on Twitter. I recommend following him if you are a Ttoo investor or Ttoo shareholder. Great resourceful information in regards to Ttoo. So he puts out TTOO, nice opinion on StockTwits regarding the postponed shareholder meeting. Have looked at those credentials she show. Here's John D, who is on StockTwits. Obviously, he's a position trader, former director of finance, mergers and acquisitions for a company in the Dow Jones, closed over $20 billion in deals, built DCF shareholder valuation models, board member at numerous companies. So he tweets this out, or he puts this on StockTwits. Now, obviously, again, have to take everything you see online with a grain of salt, like I've been alluding to. So many different opinions, thoughts, analysis. Even this video, for example, it's to a degree like my opinion, right? So it's important to take anything you see online in regards to stocks or companies and things like that to make sure you're doing your own research as well. But this is very interesting. So he puts on StockTwits, majority of FDA decisions come out on Thursdays. When the FDA asks a question on the application during the review process, the 90-day window stops until that question is answered. That is why the late August expected decision was pushed out a few weeks. No problem. Most telling, the TTO board on Monday night decided to postpone the reverse split vote from Tuesday till Friday, and that is compelling. They know that the FDA decision is going to be positive and have a fiduciary responsibility to delay vote. Strong buy. Do your due diligence. Please ignore many of the shorts here as they lie. God bless. Bullish. Right? Pause the video. You can take a look at this. Now, obviously, this is just John D, this StockTwits user, and his opinion, but it is very interesting, and it kind of coincides with what I was saying earlier, which TTO the board members pushing back this shareholder meeting and pushing back that meeting to vote on the reverse split because they know that the FDA news will be positive, thus creating value for the stock price, thus moving the stock price higher, thus not having to do the reverse split altogether. So very, very interesting here as to what could come in these next 48 hours for Ttoo. Here as well, Ttoo, this is something I believe on Stocktos as well. Ttoo said this week it has signed an exclusive distribution agreement with an unnamed company covering the Baltic region, including Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. Under the deal, the distributor will sell Ttoo Biosystems, Ttoo DX instruments, and the Ttoo bacteria, Ttoo candida, and the Ttoo resistance panels. Financial and other terms of the deal were also undisclosed. Now you can see here as well, TTOO gives us the news to step aside. In my opinion, it's going to run. We know it has to be close, right? This is GWay0524 on Twitter, and again, this tweet here was Andy Bencic on Twitter as well. Go ahead and check out those users. But you can see here now, all we have to do is convince the FDA about your new technology, John. And John Spurzl here replies to this. The Ttoo DX instrument, Ttoo bacteria panel, and the Ttoo candida panel are already FDA 510K cleared. These are the only FDA cleared products able to detect sepsis-causing pathogens directly from blood. Three products in our pipeline have received FDA breakthrough device designation: Ttoo resistance panel, Ttoo Lyme panel, and candida auris test. As we have communicated, we are also awaiting FDA 510 clearance for the Ttoo bio threat panel. So you can just kind of see the pipeline that is already established with Ttoo, and specifically established like alongside with the FDA. So going back to this of the FDA clearance or FDA news being positive, right? Like it kind of doesn't make any sense for the FDA news to be negative, right? I think general consensus is we think this news is going to be positive, just waiting for it to essentially actually be announced and be positive, right? So a lot of things to come, I think, for Ttoo. 27 cents. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about it all. Drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and as always, have a great day.